Hello there, and welcome to In My Opinion for Oxide Room 104. You're a dude named Matt who seems to be doing some sort of business on the phone with a partner who says a job's gone bad and to get you stuff from the motel. Pissed off, he throws the phone away before he can see the warning to not come back to the motel, and then he's knocked out by some dude in orange. Matt wakes up in a tub, beat up, and now must escape from this creepy ass motel or die in it. I will say most of the time I didn't know what the hell was going on. There are notes that you can find that give some backstory to Matt, and they also tell you about others who went through this motel as well. Now I've collected all the documents and it seems to hint at some gruesome and interesting stuff, though you don't really get a sense of closure or understanding by the end. In fact, it feels that they are setting up a sequel going by the best ending. This is a first-person horror game, as you can see. Most of the time we spent exploring the motel trying to find our way out by finding keys, but that doesn't mean that every key is as easy as picking it up to obtain. The game does have some puzzles like using a hook to grab a drawer in the pool, find out how to pick the right jar, how to get a deadly centipede away from a room key, and more. What I do like is while some puzzles can be failed, it never means you're locked out, as there's usually another way to your goal of getting the hell out of the motel. Some fuck-ups can lead to death, like going about the wrong order of things and triggering a scene that gets you killed. But death doesn't really mean it's over. Instead, you wake up in the tub again, though everything you had is gone and now the motel has rearranged itself, and now the items are now in new locations. And there might be even more enemies. This also affects the ending you get, as to get the best one you have to do a no death run, which, trust me, is pretty easy once you get the motel down. Also, since the game is rather short, dying won't become too frustrating. And just to let you know, the run won't reset back to the first run until you beat the game. You can also find a special picture item around the motel that if equipped when you die, it stops you from starting the next run. While the game autosaves when you die, you can still manually save whenever and wherever you like if you want to take a break. But don't try to quit right as you die and reload your manual save, since it won't work. Trust me, I've tried. If you're wondering, yes, you can defend yourself as the game gives you a magnum and some bullets. There's also bullets around in rooms, so keep your eye out since these creatures do not go down in 2 shots. If you're out of bullets, you can always crouch and move and the creatures won't hear you. And this is not a bad option since crouch walking isn't super slow. You do have bandages and antidotes in case shit goes foobar, and if you don't have any, you'll end up bleeding out or dying from poison. You do have a chest to put away items for later use, so you can organize what you need. And while you do have limited personal space, you can find an item to help you carry a bit more. There's also other chests in certain areas in the motel, so you won't have to keep running back to the first spot given to you. The game has some good horror atmosphere with the motel looking and feeling desolate, but still gives you the feeling of lived in. Each room also has something that makes it look visually unique from one another, keeping you from getting bored from seeing the same thing over and over again. The human character models look meh, but the creatures, even though there aren't many, do have a disturbing design to them. The voice acting is something else, as the delivery can really give you a chuckle here and there. I don't mind this type of thing in my horror games, but I can see how it could turn off some people. I never ran into any visual glitches or bugs through my playthrough, and the game itself runs smooth.
It's just a brick. I'll call him Josh.
Even though I didn't really know what the hell was going on, I still had fun roaming around the motel, solving puzzles and shooting some monsters. The game has some good atmosphere, and while the creatures don't have too much variation between them, they're all still pretty creepy. This isn't a big problem since the game is pretty damn fast, with lasting about an hour and a half for your first playthrough, and your replay value comes from getting the other endings if you want to do that. I'd say if you want some quick horror in a creepy motel, then I don't think it's a bad idea to check in for a few. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.